Hi there, Capricorn, and welcome back to Bon Echo Tarot. I'm here with your August 2018 reading. I'm going to pull 4 cards. I'm going to clarify each one of those with 2 cards and see what we have for you. So, as a reminder, August is dominated by Mercury retrograde, and if you saw my other video on the blood moon eclipse, which I highly recommend, by the way, the astrological information that I give at the beginning of that kind of gives you an idea of the climate for your personal Mercury retrograde experience. So for Capricorn, Mercury retrograde is happening in your 8th house. So that's your house of intimacy, sex, death, other people's money, taxes, as well as a bit of where Capricorn ambition resides. The 8th house being intimate makes it fairly intense, and it's also a place where we're going to be maybe exploring stuff like self-limiting beliefs from a very core place. So it's if astrology does have anything to do with it, Capricorn, you are not necessarily going to have as light a time as others around you, but it's over August 17th. So if you do the work now and take advantage of Mercury's energies, chances are it's going to pay off big later. So I think I've shuffled these enough for now. So let's get to it and see what's happening. So, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 cards to clarify the first one. So, first week for Capricorn, we have the Knight of Wands. So, while it could be someone from the fire signs, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, I'm getting the feeling, just a thought, that this is sort of acting out energy for you, because this is not typical for Capricorn. Capricorn doesn't really act in a Knight of Wands manner unless he's really stressed out a lot on mind. And sometimes, when we get triggered on these very intimate levels, we tend to act out. So I'm wondering if that's kind of the feeling I'm getting from it. And yeah, these may support that as well. A lot of focusing on what's not happening in your life and not really looking at what's being offered to you. Juggling things. A little bit of drama maybe in the background. Yeah, let's take a look and see what else is happening. So the second week, we've got the Ten of Swords, I'm sorry to say. So, as I say with swords most of the time, this is about negative thoughts, darker thoughts. Of course, it can mean betrayal. It doesn't always have to mean it. Sometimes it's how our thoughts are betraying us more than anything else. And yeah, I think that Capricorn may be having some trouble with negative thoughts, self-doubt. And like I said, in terms of the addiction factor associated with the devil, if there is any tendency towards that sort of thing, I'm thinking that the second week you may be dealing with the consequences of whatever happened in the first week, which is actually happening right now. So, but a lot of the times when we go into the dark, it's actually when we receive the greatest enlightenment. So, so through the sort of suspension that comes with, when we act out with an action and then there's a reaction, and so I think that this is the reaction and the contemplation that comes with it. Now, if we take a look at the third week, we've got the Eight of Swords, so we're still wrapped up in our thoughts, and because intimacy and sex and all of these very, very private aspects of ourselves, we don't talk about them a lot with people because they are so private. So we're even more susceptible to getting trapped by our thoughts. And, because if we have no other voices but our own spinning around and around, it makes us contract that much more tighter. So let's see what the clarifying cards are for that. So yeah, we've got the High Priestess and the Emperor. So you may feel under someone else's control right now, and there may be secrets going on in addition to this sort of, because the High Priestess can suggest going within, but for some reason I'm thinking you may be resisting that process, that you may be leaning more into being your own authority than surrendering to your feelings. And this is probably what has you kind of munched up in your head. So for the fourth week, we have the Emperor. So the Emperor can also be an Aries individual. As the sign Aries is associated with the Emperor. We also have, to clarify the Emperor, we have recovery. I'm going to put recovery and strength because that makes more sense. So somehow you're managing to find this power. And you know what? Let's take for granted, especially because you're getting the forewarning from me, that instead of this meaning secrets or things being held back, that this is really about introspection and approaching being empowered in a good way, which then leads to recovery from all of the madness at the beginning of the month into a new sense of strength. Now, strength also does represent Leo, so there may be an Aries and a Leo as part of your story, possibly even a Pisces. So, yeah. So now let's take a look at the hidden ground for this month. Oh, the devil. Ooh, scary. So, Capricorn, this is actually your card. So, you're being you. And being you is going to get you through the roller coaster of August. Remember that if you are struggling with addictions, that they don't define you. If you're struggling with insecurities, they don't define you. If you're struggling with a sense of doubt, it doesn't mean it's true. So, one last card being the hidden ground. See, you're going to keep everything in. And I'm thinking that you either have to, or part of your challenge is hold on to your money. That's basically, I think, what this one is that if any of this stuff does have to do with your financial security or with money that you share with others, maybe sharing with others right now is not the wisest move. So I think that's about all I can get out of this, but I will have more. And as I said, I highly recommend that you check out the Blood Moon Eclipse Mercury retrograde videos that I recorded a few days ago, because you may find them very helpful for the next few weeks. Take care, Capricorn. We'll see you next time.